whatever. If it is a very silly question, I think that's the best question. So don't feel that, oh, this may be a silly one. No. Nothing is silly is actually there. So this communication, because Center for Corporate and Career Advancement, I really congratulate the faculty members of this particular center for organizing this very important program. But let us have a strong take-home message from this program, all right? So it's you who will make this program a success. You have to get as much as possible from Jayantji. Thank you, Jayantji, for being with us, and thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. Students, I know you are very eager, and like sir said, I would just like to add that I feel well sorry and maybe a little sad that you do not belong to that generation where you, like I, sir, and maybe a generation ahead, we have seen the best of this gentleman. So you will get a glimpse of it today. And mind you, amongst the 10,000 odd footfall that we have in SNU, you are the chosen 40, because it was selected through a process. So make the best of it, and as sir said, it's a workshop, your participation matters, and don't be dead serious. Where do I need to get I need to see the smiles on your face. Sir, the stage is all yours.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Yeah. First, thank you for having me here, all of you, and Rituparna and Professor Chakrabarty. He said something just now which triggered off a thought process of mine. He said, don't feel afraid asking questions, however silly they are. What used to strike me when I used to answer papers in my exams, it always used to say on top, answer any 5 questions or answer all the questions. I've always been brought up on the theek ulto of that, which is question all answers. Don't take any answers for granted. Even after I walk out of this room, if I'm insisting that I'm right about something, don't take that for granted. Go and question it here. If I can answer it, I shall. If I can't, I'll tell you. I might be wrong. But that's the lesson one, I think, in any kind of communications if you want to move ahead. Question all answers, and thank you for bringing that up in this chat here. Now, let's just get on with where we were going. I'm going to, with your permission, take this off. Thank you. I had asked for a simple exercise which we're going to try over here. I'd asked people to try and memorize the preamble to our Constitution. So, who would like to have a first try at coming here and announcing the Constitution? Come. May I know your name?
Pritam Paul.
Pritam Paul.
Yes.
Here you are.
So I need to read the preamble.
Yeah, just the preamble. Okay. Now, there's a reason I'm doing this. You discover why as we go along.
Good morning. Sorry, it's good afternoon.
How important is the mic? You need the mic? Yeah? For that? Yeah, okay.
So I'm starting the preamble. So, okay. Is it clear now? Okay, sure. So we, the people of India, have solemnly gathered to. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Just give me the thing. Right. I'm so glad that Pritam stopped when he couldn't. That's one thing. And the second thing is his first line in itself. We, the people of India, we don't talk like that normally. Do we talk like that normally? No? No. So then why are you talking like that?
I'm actually a bit nervous.
Don't be silly, yaar. We are all together. Don't be bloody nervous. Come on. All right, now look into my eye and talk to me.
We, the people of India, have solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic.
You got that? Up to that point you got? Yes, sir. Will somebody come and explain, or you explain, what does it mean?
So basically, it's we.
Eh?
It's we. We are the people of India. We have solemnly gathered here, means we have gathered over here to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist. Do I need to explain these terms?
Yeah, what does sovereign mean? What does socialist mean? What does democratic republic mean? We all say these things blindly, but we don't really understand the real meaning of these words. And you'll find that as you go along, in your various lessons that you get, you're going to be remembering things that you have read. You're going to remember things that idiots like B will come and tell you, you must remember this. But you never understand that. I mean, but you remember it and not understand it. So, all I'm trying to say is if you can understand what you have read, if you can understand what you have memorized, and then communicate that to me, you will never forget what you have learned. Now, I'm going to rush through because I only have 2 hours. So I'm going to be touching on a few topics here and there which will help you communicate better. One of the things is never make a speech. Never make a speech. I'm not making a speech now. I'm talking to you. And if you can get that across, if you can get talking, if you can get understanding through just talking, half your battle is won. Half of it is won. Otherwise, you'll stand there and you'll say, we, the people of India, in this dramatic voice, which will mean nothing at all, you know. So, mani taki, chakli shogdo, so sovereign, socialist, democratic republic, right? Tar mane ki. Will somebody explain? Yeah, come. Pitambur. Thank you.
Sir, actually sovereign means we are not ruled by someone else. We are completely free. Socialist, sovereign, socialist, secular. Secular means irrespective of the caste of the people or irrespective of any religion. And democratic republic means we are actually choosing our own government to rule us, or not about to rule, but to maintain the society accordingly.
Now, is it a little clearer? Because we all memorized it. But now he explained to us what those 4 crucial or 5 crucial words mean. Suddenly, everything that Pritam, right? Everything that Pritam said is now being understood. So now, in the same tone that you explained the meaning, right? Read it as it is, like we the people of India. But talk to me. Don't
As a speech.
Don't lecture me. Okay. Talk to me. Yeah.
We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic.
How many of you have read Shakespeare? All of you? Yeah. Do you know, God, that awful soliloquy from Hamlet, to be or not to be? Right. If you take that and you follow the rules, which is iambic pentameter, to be or not to be, that is the question. Now, it's very nice, because there's a rhythm to it, there's music in it. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Who cares? But if you speak it to me, if you go stream of consciousness, Right. To be or not to be, that is the question here. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of trouble and by opposing end them? Makes sense. See, it makes sense to the speaker also. It's a good thing. I'm contemplating suicide now. Yeah, it's working. Then suddenly he says, no, it's not working. But the minute you get into that old-fashioned, we tend to go into this old-fashioned style of lecturing and performing. Now, let's talk to each other, always. Even when you're out here on the podium or over there on that podium. It's very easy. Say, go and sit down. See, let me show you the difference. It's very easy, while I'm talking to you, to communicate to you my style of talking, but the minute I stand behind this podium, I get all very serious. I'm taken up by this position now. And suddenly, the way I'm talking, suddenly what I'm saying takes on a gravity and a purpose and a design that rubbish again. Talk normally wherever you are, whether you're here or whether you're there or whether you're sitting there next to the Vice Chancellor of whom you are perhaps terrified, could be, normal. Chat. Always talk. I'm, of course, veering way off the subject now. Would anybody else like to try the Constitution? Yeah, come. Having heard everything I've said, now let's try the Constitution.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is Abhilash Naik and I will go to say the preamble of the Constitution. We, the people of India, having resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, secular, socialist, democratic republic. And to provide to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, equality of opportunity and liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, and fraternity to maintain one's dignity and to maintain the unity and fraternity of the nation.
Very nice. No, that's exactly. See, this is it. The Constitution, this is our Constitution, with all the mistakes he made, but he made them in a genuine way. He explained to you what the Constitution is. And that, to me, is far more important than the actual words. Because you can have the actual words and you might never understand it. Whereas here you have the actual words and you understand everything that he is saying. Okay, thanks. Last, one more person can try. Okay, now why I am doing this exercise, and we'll just move from here into the next exercise. Why I'm doing this exercise is it's not so much the memory factor at all, right? It's got nothing to do with memory. It's to do with listening. And if you listen well, you'll communicate well. If, when we talk to each other, we are actually having 3 conversations simultaneously. I don't know if you've learned this in your textbooks or not. I've learned it on the stage. When I'm on the stage, or in cinema, or wherever, I'm talking to this character that I'm talking to. I'm also talking to 300 people out in the audience who have to understand what I'm saying to this character. And from there, you come to our personal communication systems here. If I'm not listening to him on the stage, I guarantee you that 300 people are not listening to him either. Because if I turn away from him, or if I show for a second that I'm not listening to that person, 300 people in the audience will say, well, if he's not listening, why should I bother? So the first lesson about of communication is in the listening. If you listen carefully and you don't have 3 conversations going on at the moment, like I'm talking to you, you're telling me about, say, your family, आपका परिवार कहाँ रहता है, कहाँ ये इत्यादि. And I am listening to you thinking, yaar, ye, I got this. Of course I'm listening to him. I'm thinking, yaar, this bloody blue kurta, yaar, why is he wearing this blue kurta? That's the conversation going on in my head. If that's happening in my head, I'll never hear what you're saying. If I can't hear what you're saying, or I don't want to hear what you're saying, communications come to an end. So that background conversation is something, if you're talking to somebody, that background, does that happen to you, a background conversation? Yeah? Just be conscious of that. And if you're conscious of that, see, I've become old now, I can't even hold my breath. If you're conscious of that, your whole communication, the zone, it changes. You'll be able to say the things you mean because you know they're being heard. And that person will communicate to you that he's listening to every word you're saying and he's taking what you are saying very, very importantly. And that whole give and take, without any background conversations interfering. Everybody at some stage of the human, and I'll call you a liar if you say you don't. Everybody, even while I've been speaking to the last 3 to 4 minutes with you, at some stage or the other, saying, yeah, where have I parked my car now? You know, or did I remember to put the light off? Or fan off gaya. If you're thinking that, then I've lost. So just be conscious, okay, all the time. So we're going to do a little exercise now where, okay, hang on. Yeah. I'll need, how many people here? 40? Yeah. 40. Okay, you're 1 8. You're 2 8. You're 3 8. You're 4 8. Thank you, sir. You're 5 8. Yeah. Yes, Baba, thank you so much. 6 8. 7 8. Yeah, just distribute them here. There are all this, there are A factors and there are non-A factors. Actually, coffee cake. Okay, can I have your attention, please? I'm going to do this with the two of them, And then I want all your people who are 8 and 8A, 1 and 1A, 2 and 2A to get into corners and do the same thing. Your subjects will be different, of course. Yes? Now, 7 is going to talk about cricket for 2 minutes. You are going to listen to what she's saying for 2 minutes, right? Then you are going to be talk about the best batsman. Yes, according to you, obviously. You have to. Right. Is that okay with you? Now, I suggest you guys have mics. And just the secret here is think about what you're going to say first. Say, okay, I have 2 minutes in which to say this. That's not a part of the 2 minutes, 15, 20 seconds, say what you want and continue. The same goes for you. Okay. So, all right, can I have your...
Hello.
Everybody needs to concentrate here so that when your turn comes, you know what to do. Okay? Your 2 minutes. Somebody please. Yeah. You talked about this? Yeah? All right. Your 2 minutes start.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anindita Sarkar, and it's my turn now, and I got cricket as the topic. So, firstly, I don't know much about cricket, and I'm not that involved into cricket. So, a few days ago, we had an entrepreneurship skill classes, and we were talking about GDP. How cricket is helping us Indians to achieve immense increase in GDP in India. And IPL, that is held in India, is currently at the second most, it is the second most richest, rich, so it is really helping us to increase our GDP. And as for me, I think I like Virat Kohli as a good batsman. But as I'm not that much into cricket, so I don't know what to say.
Your 2 minutes begin now.
So, same goes for me. I don't know much about cricket, but when it comes to best batsman, I think I like how Hardik Pandya bats. So, he's an all-rounder. Basically, he's an all-rounder. But, every time India has been in pressure, he has played really well. So, according to me, he's really a good batsman too. And I was very small when I started following him and all.
What is written on these 2 pieces of paper? 7 should talk about cricket. 7A should talk about best batsman. They're supposed to talk to each other. Okay. She spoke non-stop for 2 minutes. And she was looking at this paper all the time. And there's nothing written on this paper. If you do not look into your eyes, you will not be communicating. Not make eye contact, you will not communicate. If you look down at the paper and you go, I don't know, you are not going to be communicating with her. I'm glad you started off by saying, I don't know anything about cricket. And then we were immediately intrigued because now what she is. And you kept your own way. What? You lost me, you lost her, you lost pretty much everyone. Same, there's nothing. The fact that you will improvise is very good. But then communicate with the person in front of you. Are you getting all this? Because you're going to sit in your corners and do this whole thing all over again. Yeah? Who wants to come next? Come. What's your number? 12A. Where's the other 12? Come. No. Here. What is your subject? Best batsman. Best batsman, okay. And you must be having best cricket. Cricket again, right? Good. Okay. So what I've done is I've taken essentially 5 subjects and multiplied them by 4. So there'll be 4 groups of the same thing. Next time I want someone else. Okay, some other. 12. 1 minute. What did you remember from what I said over there?
The first most important thing is to maintain eye contact. That is the first thing. And number 2 is active listening. Properly what the other person is saying and stick to your topic.
Now I'm going to make it easy for you.
Okay.
Cowestone.
Hello guys, my name is Zorkodip Mondol. Okay. So hello, my name is Orkodip.
Nice to meet you, Orkodip.
May I know your name?
My name is Atmaz.
Okay. So I really want to discuss about the best batsman, whom I find is the best. It is Virat Kohli, as of all like other crores of Indians. Why do I say is that? Because you know, cricket is a widely known sport, and the most important thing about him, or the most likable thing, is that how he handles the pressure over on the game, right? You know it. You have been watching cricket, and me too, I hope so. So what I have seen is that his work ethic and his ability and his style to play. So that's phenomenal. I just love him. And second, most of all, is that even there are people who actually comment, right? You will always find there are people who actually comment on how you play, how you do it. No matter, I know. But still, even holding on to that pressure and playing on yourself for representing your country, even at all costs, is what actually entices me the most. So I'm a big fan of Virat Kohli.
1 minute, 15 seconds, that's all you have to say about Virat.
No, I do have more.
All I'm trying to make a point here. 2 minutes is a hell of a long time. It's a hell of a long time. You don't realize, 2 minutes की बात है यार. That's the way we talk. 2 minutes is a long time. 2 minutes is 1/30th of an hour. You know, and if you think of it as 1/30th of an hour, that's a long time. And so on, if you keep going, you find that number doesn't get smaller as the equation goes the other way. It gets 2 minutes of one whole day. You never realize you've got that much. Cricket.
Okay, so being a cricketer, I would love to speak on cricket.
Sorry?
Being a cricketer, I would love to speak on cricket.
You would? Speak.
So for me, cricket has been... So for me, cricket has been my everything since I was in class 2. So my mother took me to cricket practice, and firstly, I didn't like it. I was into football, but due to family pressure, I started playing cricket. And like after 2 to 3 years, I loved cricket. So that went on, but still, the love of football also stayed. But then, as you said, I started watching Virat Kohli. So it was like in 2011-12 when Virat Kohli started coming into like the main focus of it in times. So what happened is, one day, I was watching a game of Virat Kohli against Pakistan in 2012. So what happened was, he was 21 back then. And there's a guy who is 21. With 5 wickets down, he took pressure, the entire thing, and he scored not a big deal. He scored 48 of 32 balls. But still, like for a 21-year-old to play that way was inspiring to me. So from then, I started loving cricket like anything. So, like many cricketers I have seen, and like in Bengal, the current situation is pretty bad for cricket because we, the cricketers, don't get proper exposure to the main stage. But for me, I still kept on playing cricket. And the thing you say about Virat Kohli, I would love it too. But the only thing I hate about Virat Kohli is he doesn't know how to control his anger at some times. What happens is, when you are in the field, there are few decisions he takes when he's angry. So what happens is the decisions that he takes when he's not in his proper state of mind has affected a lot of what do I say? Like the media has been into Virat Kohli a lot. One mistake by him and they're against him. So that happens is whenever he commits a little bit of mistake, like you have heard of RCB. He is with RCB for like the last 18 years of IPL. So right now, RCB has not won a single cup. Everyone knows that. And we get a lot of hate. And I'm an RCB fan too. So what happens is, he plays good. He plays phenomenal all the seasons. In the year 2016, he scored 4 centuries, and I guess he scored 960 runs in that year. But what happens is, there's a trophy. So eventually he's getting hit. So that's it. Like, being impulsive also matters in cricket. So you have to keep your cool always. Thank you.
Okay. We can go back to yours. Thank you very much. Big hand for them. Yeah, please. Also, we see the bouquets. One must always give bouquets to the participants, but occasionally a brickbat is also allowed. So, be careful. What did you get out of this conversation? Whoever, what did you get out of this conversation? Yeah.
First, I got to know about Virat Kohli, what one of my friend likes and what one of my friend does not like. The main motive from this, main thing I got to know about from this conversation was that Virat Kohli is an amazing player, but he has few things which he needs to improve.
Fair. Anybody else? Okay, what I got was 4 minutes of Virat Kohli and nothing about cricket. He was supposed to talk about cricket. And he picked up from Virat Kohli and went on to Virat Kohli and had 2 Virat Kohli fans sitting over here. No one talking about cricket. And the subtleties of the game and the politics of the game and how cricket is, I can improvise on cricket for the next 2 hours and keep you interested in it. The joy, the history, the politics of cricket, the subtleties of the game, the variations not only of the way the ball moves, but the variations in the minds of the players as they are playing. That's what I'm talking about. When you're talking to each other, I want to get 2 minutes, as I said, is a long time. I want that 2 minutes packed with information about something, not 2 people repeating the same thing. And that's a danger. That is a danger. But it's not a mortal danger. But it's, it could be by about the 3rd minute. By about the 2nd minute, I had really lost interest in Virat Kohli. I wanted to know much more about cricket and how Virat Kohli, maybe a one-liner in his speech. But that's what communication is about. If you know your subject and you've picked up on it, I've chosen very easy subjects for you to speak on because I figured everybody knows a little bit. But now the third couple that's going to come over here, please let's not have cricket and best batsman. Somebody else. What were you talking about, ma'am? Favorite actor? Yeah. So, and what's your number? 6? 6? 6? Yeah. What's your favorite film, is it? Yeah, great. Keep in mind the things that I said just now. Yeah? And so if you're talking about your favorite film, let's have that. If you're talking about your favorite actor, relate it. Make it contextual and talk to her. Yeah. Give me the slips, otherwise you'll be looking at the slips. Pele diyecho.
Hello, what is your name?
My name is Sadhvi.
I'm Sreshtita Nath from CSE department. Okay. So my topic is favorite film, and my favorite film is Pother Panchali. It was directed by the phenomenal director Satyajit Roy, and it was originally adapted from the book Pother Panchali by Bhuribhushan Bandhopadhyay. So before I'm a movie addict, I'm a voracious reader. So I've read all the 3 parts of the book, and when I watched the film, Pother Panchali, it made me tear up, and for good reasons. It was the few casts I remember their names are Uma Dasgupta, maybe Chuni Bala Devi, and so on. It was released on 1955, I guess. And well, what I like about the film is its simplicity and the real nature. Like when I was seeing it on my TV screen, it touched my heart. There was a scene where Durga steals a Shidur Dandi from.
What is the conversation you were having with yourself? Because your eyes moved away. What you were listening to?
Sir, actually, I could not connect much with Bengali because I am new to this place. But what I actually was doing to connect some word, to connect what I have got the topic into me.
Okay, good. But it seemed like you were not really listening.
No, I was getting something which I could relate. As you have stated that your topic should be relevant. It should be like I should connect to her, she should connect to me. So I was getting into all this.
Okay. Eye contact, then, because your eye contact went over there. While you were thinking, your eye contact went over there. Now, if I'm talking to you just now look away, look away. See, I'm talking to you and you look away and say, yaar, kabhi nahi baat sunni hai yaar. Huh? So give her, you need to help her also. Yeah. Carry on.
So what I was saying is, there was a scene where Durga steals a Shidur Dani, or you understand, right? From her neighbor. And then, like, there was also a scene where her mother beats her up with a cane. That was very emotional for me. And then another scene that I remember from the film is when her father comes back from work, like calling Durga Opu, and then he gets to know from the doorstep that Durga has died. So all the scenes have made a heaven pact on me, and it gave me a portrayal of the village life and what are the struggles of life. So that film is very close to my heart since childhood. That's all I have to say.
Very nice. I like what she said about the film. Now, what is your favorite actor?
Actually, my favorite actor is Varun Dhawan, and hereby we will negotiate ourselves. Like, you are into so much simplicity, and I have got into a Gen Z world. Like, from very childhood, I have seen myself somewhere imaginary, where I have styled myself Bollywood. Like, yeah. And his first film was Student of the Year. The Student of the Year movie itself is a dream thing for a student. Like, I'll go to college, I'll dress up like this, first year, first day, I'll go with my friends. I am into such thing, but he is such an actor who has dealt with so many movies. His first movie was Student of the Year, then he jumped into Humpty Sharma Ki Dulhania, Main Tera Hero. Humpty Sharma Ki Dulhania is all about the movie he has dedicated to 90s. Like, he has not thought of like, I'll go into Bollywood only. He has connected himself with another thing. He has come out of his comfort zone, and to me, getting out of comfort zone is all I can also try it. Like, I am a student of like 21st century. I am a kid of 21st century, but yeah, my heart belongs to there. I'm still a kiddo who can connect to myself. Like, 90s song hits differently, and yeah, this will also. But when you're into emotion, you will feel like soft corner thing. And then he jumped into so many movies, like emotional, thrilled. Like, he has also done a movie like Kalank. It was such a phenomenal movie. If you see it, you will get into tears if you connect to it. He has gone into thrill. Like, he is extremely phenomenal in all the fields. You connect, your parents can also connect. You will like feel so heartedly with that guy, and he is like married, he has like kid. Like he is phenomenal as a man, as a husband, as a like complete. He is a complete ambassador in himself.
Okay.
Right. So now we know. Now we know everything about Varun Dhawan and what she thinks about Varun Dhawan. And I must tell you, that was a bit very moving. I was moved because I also love this film. And to hear you talk about this film, I must tell you a little story about this film. You know, Manikda couldn't get any, Manikda meaning Satyajit Ray, couldn't get any funding for the film. He would collect some money and then he would go and shoot, and then he would wait for more money to come. Finally, about 90% of the film was over and they had to shoot the last 10% of the film, and there was no funding available. At that time, there was a chief minister called Bidhan Chandra Rai. Okay. So somebody went to B.C. Rai and said, sir, this film it's stopped. There's no funding. Does the government have any funding to give him? So he said, but we don't have a film department. In those days, there wasn't any. We don't have a communications department. So he says, well, if you can help. He said, what is the film called? He said, Pother Panchali. He said, Dana. He picked up the phone, called up the PWD, Public Works Department, which makes the roads and everything. He says, listen, I need some money. I have to finish this thing. Pother Panchali mane road. There's a road involved. The Public Works Department has got the money for you. And they gave him the last bit of money, and that's how he finished the film. We know this story, don't you? Yeah, good. Okay, now we're going to break up into groups. Find your partners. You have 2 minutes to find your partners, then go into separate corners and continue this exercise without mics, but I'll be walking around looking at you guys to see if you've got eye contact and whether your clarity is there. Yeah? Okay? You can also help. Who are the three people who have done it? The three groups, yeah? So you guys come over here, we're going to walk around and watch the other people doing their bits. Okay? No, I hit my...
Keep it there.
Somebody go to that corner, go to that corner. All right, have you found each other? Have you found each other? Got your partners are ready. You got yours? Okay. Fine. Sit closer and talk to each other. You guys get to that corner. এখানে চলে এসো না তোমরা দুজন who's there এখানে চলে এসো ওখানে come you don't have to sit down, you can stand and talk to each other. I don't have a problem. Ready, as they say in South India, ready, Everybody ready? कौन है आपका 20A भैया 20 कौन है यहाँ 20 कौन है क्या तेरा सब्जेक्ट क्या है हाँ फेवरेट सिंगर तो कोई होगा फेवरेट सॉन्ग वाला मिला हाँ ओके इनफ नाउ इनफ चलो फटाफट बस निकल गई यहां से अभी ओके now what are the three things that you have to look out for while you're talking to each other eye contact decide what you're going to say and say it and listen. That's more important. The other person must listen. The other person must listen. Listen. This is not an exercise on talking. It's an exercise on listening. Yeah? And now let me warn you that once you finish this, then I'm going to call you on stage and I'm going to ask you, what are you here? That's important, right? And I'd like three of you, couples, you guys, to walk around listening to them. Because then I'm going to ask you what you heard. Okay, go for it. And your count. Are you ready? Ready? পরিষ্কার মাইন্ড মাথাটা পরিষ্কার করে দাও totally blank of everything except your subject. Think about it for 30 seconds. If you're not listening this side, you're going to screw it up. Think about what you're saying for 30 seconds before you say it. Is that clear? Yeah? And your 30 seconds start now. Keep quiet for 30 seconds. Then the ace starts first, always. maintaining eye contact, that means you are listening. And that's the important part of this whole exercise, the listening. Now, somebody should have a slip of paper with Ambedkar written on it and something, right? Would the two of you like to come up here? It's important that I'm doing this for a reason. Okay? Because day after tomorrow is the 15th and we're talking about the Constitution earlier on. We're going to use that Constitution so, okay, I think you then let's forward. Yeah. What you said over there, keeping in mind,
location to the police,
let's see where we go with that. We've just been doing eye contact with each other. Let's see where we go. Now, obviously, I can't do also I really would like you to practice this with other things. You don't have to be those idiotic pictures that you will do. It will be other subjects. But it's an extremely important way to then keep looking at how this work for communication. If you're not listening, you're not communicating. Simple, that's the rule. If you listen, the other person communicates better and you will be able to communicate and fight back. If you're standing over here and you're making a speech to 500 people, if you don't make eye contact with them, you've lost them. If you don't use simple language, you've lost them. There are many, many things that you have to remember. I'm not going by the book here. I'm going from personal experience. Right? I'm not a textbook person myself. But these things are all there in textbooks in some form or the other. Right? So it's not nothing no very little shit that we in my language. But it's something if you're constantly aware of and you're constantly attention, you're constantly aware of and you're constantly practicing. And practice amongst yourselves. That's so important. What we do is the minute these 2 hours are up and I'm going to walk out of that door, I think 11.375% of you remember what has happened. The rest will have left. Some of them have already left the room. I guarantee you that, I'm aware of it. Some of you have already left it. You're thinking about, oh my God, so that's my fault. I have not been able. So, what was it? So, yeah, what I was saying was, if you don't concentrate, 11.375% of you have already left the room. It's something that's natural. It's a part of our upbringing because we have not been trained to concentrate. We've been trained. We've been trained to do 101 other things except concentrate. If you're not concentrating, you've lost the battle before you've begun. And how do you concentrate? You listen. If you listen, your concentration comes automatically. Your communication follows even more automatically. Yeah? Now, I'm going to, this is the last bit of this exercise. And please, again, when you go out of here, when you say goodbye to me and never wish to see me again, you will find that you have forgotten more. Keep practicing. This thing, keep practicing how to listen. One-on-one, or one-on-two, or whatever it is. If you're not listening to each other, not happening. Okay?
तो महात्मा गांधी एक बहुत प्रसिद्ध व्यक्ति हैं हमारे देश में ही नहीं बल्कि पूरी दुनिया में। वो हमारी आज़ादी में उनका बहुत बड़ा एक रोल रहा है जो कोई और व्यक्ति नहीं कर पाया। हमारी आज़ादी की लड़ाई लगभग 200 साल चली पर उनके जैसा कोई और नहीं आया जो लोगों को एक साथ एकजुट कर सके। उनके प्रिंसिपल्स पे, उनके विचार पे बहुत से लोग सहमत थे और उन्होंने उनका साथ देने का निर्णय लिया। जो उनकी विचारधारा थी वो अहिंसा की विचारधारा थी कि हम लोग आपस में अगर हमारे बीच में कुछ मुठभेड़ है या हमारे बीच कुछ दुश्मनी है तो उसे हम बात करके एक दूसरे को समझकर बिना हिंसा के बिना हिंसा किए उसके समाधान तक पहुंच सके, ताकि ना आपको कुछ कष्ट हो ना मुझे। और इस चीज़ ने पूरे देश के लोगों को अलग अलग यात्राओं पे, जैसे दांडी मार्च हो गया, फिर अहिंसा के लिए जो यात्रा हुई, उन सभी में बहुत से लोग इस लेवल पर आए जो आज तक कोई भी स्वतंत्रता सेनानी नहीं कर पाया था। बहुत से लोग बोलते हैं कि ये विचारधारा मतलब उतनी अच्छी नहीं है, पर किसी भी चीज़ की अति अच्छी नहीं होती है। उस वक्त हमारे देश को इसी चीज़ की ज़रूरत थी, क्योंकि लोगों में ऑलरेडी बहुत आक्रोश था, गुस्सा था, क्योंकि वो इस चीज़ को बहुत सालों से झेलते आ रहे थे। और उस वक्त उनकी समझदारी की वजह से, उनकी चतुराई की वजह से और एक साफ दिल होने की वजह से कि मैं कर सकता हूँ ये, उन्होंने ढेर सारे लोगों को एक साथ आने के लिए मतलब इंस्पायर कर दिया। ना कि उन्हें ये ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी कि मुझे तुम आओ, मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आज़ादी दूंगा, तुम बस मेरे साथ चलो, ना तुम्हें कुछ करने की ज़रूरत है, बस हम एकजुट होकर रहेंगे तो हम किसी को भी हरा देंगे, और उसके लिए हमें हिंसा की भी ज़रूरत नहीं है। इसका एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल उन्होंने अफ्रीका में सेट किया, जहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा रंग के ऊपर लोग एक दूसरे से भेदभाव करते थे, ऊंचा नीचा। तो वहाँ पर जो उन्होंने काम किया वो उन्हें आज भी अफ्रीका में इतना इज्जत दिया जाता है। जैसे अब अफ्रीका के एक बहुत ही मशहूर राष्ट्रपति नेल्सन मंडेला, उन्हें बोला जाता है अफ्रीकन गांधी। क्यों? क्योंकि गांधी जी ने वहाँ से अपनी शुरुआत की थी, और वो जो शुरुआत थी वो दुनिया के लिए एक मिसाल बन गई कि बिना लड़े भी, बिना हिंसा के हम जो है अपनी विचारधाराओं के मदद से एक दूसरे को समझकर एक समाधान पर पहुंच सकते हैं। और इसके लिए हमें किसी की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, ना हथियारों की, ना इतने बड़े युद्ध के सामान, मिसाइल, इन सभी किसी चीज़ की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी अगर इंसान एक दूसरे को समझ पाए तो। बस मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा गांधी जी के बारे में।
Well, so my topic was Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. I was actually very inspired by him for the way he fought for himself as well as the society of the Dalits. As we all know, he was not actually allowed to study in the same classroom as the others. The teachers used to throw him outside the class and he used to learn things from there. So, and he was also a very profound person who actually helped in making the Indian Constitution. The way he struggled in his life was actually, it actually paid off at the end. He also went through a lot of racial discrimination, as we know, and so like I'm not very sure about that.
In future, find a second subject in your head close to this one so that you can waffle. Continue, right?
Yes, sir.
But don't be scared. नहीं आप कहाँ भाग रहे हैं? आपके साथ अभी बातचीत करनी है मुझे। अगर two things over here. Okay. One is we all have this problem. Even I have this problem. I talk with my hands. Try not to talk with your hand unless you're making a point. Keep your hands down. If you don't know what to do with them, keep your hand away. Keep your hand. He was very good with that. He kept one hand behind him, didn't move. So what he was talking to, what he said, as limited as the content was, every word was heard because you weren't distracted by the stupid hand of mine also, which is moving every now and then, all of that. You have this problem with your hand. So it took away a little. But alright, now I'm using my hand intentionally here. Watch. It's extremely important that when you're communicating with somebody, that you maintain complete eye contact. All your powers of concentration are targeted towards that person who is listening to you. And if you can do that with the minimum of hand movement, unless you want to stress a point, you'll find that you are far more successful. So that's minimum use. The tendency is to lie. I'm an actor, I do this all the time. But when I'm on the stage, or that kind of stage, a podium or rostrum, my hands are my hands and they stay away. They're not your hands to concentrate. The minute I bring them up, I guarantee you all this is distracting you. I guarantee it. So it's a mistake that I have. In a more formal surrounding, I manage to control it. But it's something that we must be aware of all the time. Now these are just the 2 or 3 points that I made about communications. I'm now going to shift the whole exercise. Okay? Now I want all 40 of you involved in this. We're going to write a story. Would somebody like to give me the first line? Let me put it differently. We're going to write a film script. How about that? Okay? What is the first scene of the film? Give me a story. First, what's the first thing that happens? Okay. You go write it down. Write it down. Alright, I'll do it. Get ready with the next scene. Oh yeah, yeah. By the time people are there. Ah, yeah. Okay, second scene. Who's the second scene? Come, Aja. Fatafat. It's all right. You write it down. What's the second scene?
Second scene তারা বাড়ি যায় এবং তাদের মা তার উপর বকে যে এত লেট কেন. Then they went home and their mom shouted at them, why are you so late?
Okay. 2. Went home. Next thing. Mom shouted. 3. Excuse. Yeah, I really can't write the plan.
Sir, let me write. Yeah. Next.
Excuse, no. Excuse, saw an accident.
Saw an accident?
Saw an accident. Okay. Next. Yes, so देख लीजिए. Saw an accident. Police came. What's the next scene? Sir. Thunder rumbled and skies fell apart. Okay. Next. वहीं से बोलिए माइक पकड़ के एक माइक दीजिए वहां पर हाँ हाँ
Then they got admitted to a hospital.
Okay, they were admitted to a hospital. वहीं से बोलिए.
Yes. The mom got informed and they went rushed to the hospital very fast.
हाँ, they were admitted to the hospital. बोल
Yeah,
देना.
they got admitted, but after that, maybe their parents would know about that accident and they would.
There's no maybe. What happened?
Okay, they rushed to the hospital. After that, they informed the doctors about the condition. They got severe damages on their heads and legs.
Who was rushed to the hospital?
The
Okay,
one
doesn't
who
matter.
was-
What happened in the hospital? They were
severely damaged and
severely
doctor was-
damaged. Huh. Next.
The doctor came and he started doing the procedures and I mean checking all those things.
Doctor checked. हाँ जी एक बार एक तो गल्प बोलो এটা driving me I'm completely bored हाँ.
Okay, so the boy who was rushed to the hospital had blood group of O negative and it was not available in the hospital.
Okay, yeah, no transfusion possible. Okay. Subsequently, what happened? হ্যাঁ কি হলো তারপরে?
Sir, turned out the boy was a drug dealer.
Sorry, what?
Sir, it turned out that the boy was a drug dealer after the blood was tested.
Okay, the boy was a drug dealer. হ্যাঁ তারপরে?
So what happened was he was running away from the police.
And the accident happened?
Yes.
He was running away from the police and the accident happened. Okay. Now we are back to the accident.
Back to the accident. Okay. So now, when the doctors found out that there was drugs in his blood, they informed the police and their parents.
Okay. The doctors ratted out the boy.
Okay. So it turns out that the police didn't receive the bribe from the boy, so they were chasing him.
The police didn't receive a bribe. So
Yeah, they wanted money from this boy who was a drug dealer. So then the boy refuses to give him money. As a result, he was chased and then he went to the hospital.
Okay, we can stop here now. Thank you. The point is made. The police wanted money from the drug dealer.
Hello.
But he couldn't, so they put him into jail or whatever.
Sir.
तो उनको जेल में डाल दिया ना पैसा नहीं मिला तो जेल में डाल दिया हाँ बस एंड ऑफ कहानी Now before I take this any further, let me just tell you one thing. What is the story? कहानी क्या है? What is a story? Not this one, what is a story? I'll tell you a story. King loves queen. Queen loves king. King dies. Queen dies. End of story. Right? King loves queen. king dies, queen dies of a broken heart. That's the plot. That's the difference between a story and a plot. And when you are making a speech or when you are communicating with everybody, whether it is in to the hospital or whether it's a letter that you are writing, if you do not make it clear in the very first paragraph of what your story is and what the plot is, it's going to fail. Like this film failed at scene 3. Completely. Right? Two little boys running around in a village. Who are they? Whose children are they? What are they doing in the village? Where's the village? All that would have been a part of the following scene. No. They went home, went home on the show. It's happened to all of us. Yeah, so it's easy to write, but that's our story. But the story that you're writing must have a plot. The speech that you're making must have a plot. And I use the word plot advisedly. It should be something that titillates my imagination, makes me want to listen to you. If you just tell me a story, king meets queen died, king there, I'm asleep again. No. Queen died, or whoever died second died with a broken heart. And that's when the plot is exposed. How do you expose why was the heart broken? All these things, these strands that come from various places, they all make for great communication. And if you want to be a great communicator, not even a great communicator, if you want to be a good communicator, you have to be listening not just to the people opposite to you. You have to be listening to the music around you in this world. You have to be listening to the news around you in this world. You have to be listening to, wise, wisdom-filled elders. Who knows? But you have to listen. And if you don't listen, and that's all I'm going to say all the time, this whole 2 hours is spent on this, on listening. If you're not listening correctly, you're dead before you start. You're dead in the water. I got one wise nod from this side. Nothing to that. Just listen. That's all one. You're going nowhere with this. There's a semblance of a plot happening. Hunger rumbling, sky feather path. What happened to the sky feather? Yes, it's supposed to be a metaphor for something, but something must happen along the way to underline why the sky feather path. But when you go to a hospital, nowhere does it say that these boys were involved in the accident. They saw an accident, from what I can read. They saw an accident. But nowhere were they involved in the accident. So somewhere the listening stopped and the story became an utter lie. And the minute you open your mouth and tell you, the audience is sharp, very sharp. If they feel that your concentration is wavering as a speaker, they will sense it. I'm going to shift this to acting. If you do not believe in what you are doing as an actor, you're telling a lie, and that lie shows. It shows the audience will give not that he's actually lying, but his character is a lie. He's doing a bad job, and therefore that character is a lie, and therefore you get up and leave it. The minute you call lying, that's one of the principles of communication is don't lie. Because your lie will get caught. And if you don't know, say I don't know. Somebody, a gentleman there in the terminal, I'm sorry I'm boring you with him. Try. मैं आपको जरा बोर कर रहा हूँ माफ कीजिएगा eye contact, again eye contact, and his concentration was wavering. So I spotted him. And if he spots my concentration wavering as a performer, he will leave. I'm not going to leave, I'm going to bring his concentration back more, which is what I just did. So these are all little things. Now, I'm going to open this thing up to questions. Any questions? Huh? Any questions?
Yeah,
Yeah, any questions? Sorry. I know I'm very bad at minds. Take seconds.
So my question to you would be like the word resilience, like coming back in the form again and again. So there are times when people face mental breakdowns as well. So at the age of 75, what is the secret behind your resilience?
Eat a lot, drink a lot, smoke a lot. Well, I don't know what my resilience is. No. Let me tell you, all these things have been done, but it's remarkable what a heart attack, diabetes, and cancer can do to a guy, so he becomes resilient. So I've had all these things, and I've become tougher because of them, and I've had to stop all the fun things, like that I mentioned earlier. I don't party hard anymore. That's the problem. Otherwise, life is fun. That's me. Now, let's talk about communication. Huh? Any questions? Yeah.
Sir, actually you said about hand movement. If we give a lot of hand movement, we get distracted and the audience get bored. But
No, I didn't say they get bored. They get distracted.
yeah, they get distracted. But it's the way somewhere in school days we have learned the more you move your eyes, your hands, you'll get attracted to the audience.
I love it already. Right. I'm so happy you brought this up because I didn't want to bring it up. I'm so glad. How many people come and do it here? You, as a child, did you learn Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? Okay, give me, no, give me the mic and say it. Say it like you were taught in school how to say it.
Like with dance, with hand movement.
Arey, yaar, say the poem, no.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder what you are. Above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
I was thrown out of my car. Thank you so much. I am very happy that you brought up that, and I'm very happy you gave me the opportunity to use this. I use this all the time. It used to kill me in school. I think I was an actor from class 3 onward. It used to kill me that I had to stand there saying, twinkle, twinkle, little star. What's the next one? How I wonder is this? How you are. So there's a way to say it without moving your hands. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder. Up above that world, so high like a diamond in the sky. Use your eyes. But for God's sake, don't misuse your hands. Use what I'm trying to do, misuse your hands. What I said earlier on was sit the hell down, please. Make the damn conscious. Use your hands correctly. I'm not saying don't use your hands. See, make a point with that. Make a point. We were taught, remember one thing, speaking, the way you speak, right from your school days, is all wrong. You can talk wrong, it's not wrong. The teachers are the pits, were the pits, mine were the pits. And when I used to teach in theatre class, it took me, you guys I hope have got it in one session, but it was taking 3 months of used to feel beating people up. I'm not a violent person, but it would drive me to violence with this, to infiltrate the stuff. So what else? Use your hands. Use them well. No, don't use them like Mr. Trump. That's not right. Or any of our leaders. It's not. What comes naturally to that, but less. That's very useful. Next. Yeah.
So, when I'm holding a one-to-one conversation, I'm very expressive and open. But whenever I get up on the stage or stand at the podium, my nervousness starts and I start becoming conscious. So, how to...
Just now when you sat here and you told a story, you're not conscious at all, right? No. No, okay. Why?
Because I was talking to her.
Okay. Now her is there. There is her. Each one of them is a her. Each one of them. तो आपने उनसे आँख मिला दिया, उनको देखे और फिर concentration उनका मजा करना, आपको शुरू में चाहिए how like a dramatic story. Why? They're all individuals. Treat them like individuals. Don't treat them as a whole. And the other thing is the best way to best exercise. Not to the Jayant. I'm sorry. Just give me a mic. Say something. Say, I don't know.
Johnny, yes, Papa. Eating sugar, no, Papa.
Okay, I'm glad you didn't use your hand. Yeah, which is good. Because anybody else wants to try coming in and speaking something. But because you were not using your hand and because you did your head was doing a lot of moving. Yeah. Now change it. I don't know if you heard that spoof or that Ghana. I think it's in melody. Sing. Dolly, Dolly, yes, Papa. I'll find it. It's there somewhere. It's amazing what you can take a boring old thing like this. One of the worst times in my life. My 75-year-old life. But my God, you can take it and play with it, and suddenly it's fresh, beautiful. So even the most boring speeches, if you take a fresh pack, while writing an essay, if you take a fresh look at it, from a different angle, that's a whole new workshop. It's called laughter. You win from laughter. Suddenly you're writing, suddenly you're writing. It goes through you. It's amazing. But you'll get it. I'm sure you'll get it. And don't lose that. Anything else? Yeah, please.
जैसे कि सर मेरे को सर मैं हिंदी में ज़्यादा कंफर्टेबल हूँ एज़ कम्पेयर एज इंग्लिश. तो मुझे कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि मैं जैसे सिंगर हूँ, लाइक स्टेज पे जब खड़ा रहता हूँ गाने समय, तो जैसे पब्लिक को देखता हूँ जैसे यहाँ पे है, तो नर्वसनेस की वजह से ऐसा होता है कि मैं गाना कुछ और होता है, गा कुछ और देता हूँ. जैसे कि दीपनविता मैम हमारी क्लास में इंग्लिश पढ़ाती थी, तो मैम जब भी मुझे बोलती थी बोलो अपनी क्लास के सामने, तो उस समय मुझे पता है कि मुझे क्या बोलना है, बट मेरे पास वर्ड्स नहीं है, मैं क्या कैसे प्रोसेस करूं, तो प्रोसेस नहीं कर पाता हूं कोई भी वर्ड्स को इन सिंगिंग और बोलने के समय.
आपको क्या मैडम कहती है अंग्रेजी में बोलो?
नो सर, जरूरी नहीं.
तो क्यों अंग्रेजी में फंसे हुए हो? माँ की आंख अंग्रेजी की यार. हाँ?
यस सर.
हाँ, अभी whatever language you're comfortable with, देखिए now I'm more comfortable with English, मैं अंग्रेजी में बोल रहा हूँ without any shame. मैं I switch to English और दरकार होले बांग्लादेशी কথা বলবো, कम्युनिकेट करूँगा जो मुझे कम्युनिकेट करना है. कोई भी भाषा साइलेंटली भी मैं कम्युनिकेट कर सकता हूँ अगर ज़रूरत पड़े तो. सो डोंट वरी यार, वो भाषा throw out of the window.
पर वर्ड प्रोसेस होता है ना, जैसे इंग्लिश में बोला जाता है कि प्रोफेशनल लैंग्वेज इंग्लिश है.
अरे छोड़िए ना, प्रोफेशनल लैंग्वेज इंग्लिश है, वो आप सीख लेंगे. बट जब आप कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं तो यू कम्युनिकेट इन द लैंग्वेज यू आर मोस्ट कंफर्टेबल इन. लेट देम डू द ट्रांसलेशन. Why should you do the translation? Let them do the translation. Learn. I'm not saying don't learn English. Learn English. It will always come. Remember one thing. Oh, Saraswati, है ना? हाँ, goddess of all knowledge. She must have known English also, यार. कहीं से? हाँ, हो सकता है. माने अगर वही है knowledge वाली, तो उनको तो this is what. It's not an original line. This C. Rajagopalachari had said this. He's the first Governor General of India, and they had started this Hindi Chalao Andolan from then. And he had said, why should I stop English? It's also Saraswati's language. You know, छोड़ो. So घबराओ मत यार. हिंदी कोई भी भाषा में, if long as you're communicating what you're saying, or learn how to write in English. क्या है? आप लोग नर्वस होता है बोलने में, लिखने में
बोलने में होता है सर, लिखने में नहीं होता.
बस आपका काम हो गया है यार. It's a principal medium of a communication to do business. आपका काम हो गया.
थैंक यू सर.
हाँ जी कहिए.
Sir, I want to ask something about Bollywood. Like why today's Bollywood era does not make movies like Three Idiots or Tare Zameen Par? Means the content is getting vulgar day by day, na? Or Bollywood. That's I thought that you are so connected with Bollywood, so you can answer me that. Okay. Sir, why Bollywood does not make? Okay. Why Bollywood? Is it okay?
ऐसे.
Is it okay? Okay. Why Bollywood does not make movies like Tare Zameen Par, Three Idiots more and more? Like in today's Bollywood era, the contents are getting vulgar day by day, na? So that's why I thought you are so connected with Bollywood, so you could answer me that perfectly.
If I had the answer to that, I'd be the richest man on universe. Unfortunately, I don't have the answer to that. Yeah.
Sir, how important is knowledge base, one's knowledge base, when it comes to communicating or public speaking? For example, I would say you gave us the cheats and we were discussing over that, the simple topics. And many of us were a bit troubled by the fact that we may have studied or read about these things here and there as GK, we know the current affairs. But whenever it comes to jotting them all down in our mind and then conveying it, we stumble a lot. It's as if like we are looking for the information. So how well read should we be?
Thank you so much for asking that question. One is, you must never be embarrassed about the fact that you don't know something. All right, I've asked you to talk about Gandhi or your best singer. You don't have a best singer. You're completely free to say, you know, I don't have a best. In fact, I'm not interested in singing at all. So you tell me what is your favorite song. Change it. Where? Is there any rule written there? There's no rule written that you have to say. You talk about it. You can't talk about it. Be honest. That's one of the first things I said. Be honest. I don't know. अभी उसने मेरे से पूछा, हम बॉलीवुड वाले हैं तो हम नहीं मालूम मुझे यार, वो आंसर नहीं, तो मैं कहाँ से आंसर लाऊंगा? बोल दिया मैंने, I don't have an answer. Just be straightforward. Does that answer your question? Knowledge is something you carry with you all the time. There are 101 things. You're entitled not to know 4 things. You know 101 other things. So you've got something that you're supposed to talk about. I can't. Sorry. End of matter, yeah. There's nothing to feel ashamed about. Anything else? हाँ जी कहिए.
Okay, last question.
Sir, whenever I try to speak, I speak very fast. But in my mind, I generally am not conscious that I am speaking very fast. But my friends who I'm talking to, they say, "भाई थोड़ा आस्ते बोल, बहुत speed में बोल दिया." So how do I control that while communicating? Because in my mind, that's not a problem for me. I'm speaking and I have the confidence to speak and I'm speaking in my own way. But my friends say that I'm speaking very fast and I'm not realizing that I'm speaking fast. So what's the key point to control it?
Breathe. You have to breathe. What happened was, see, I'm not I can't tell you the speed that you need to speak at. As long as you speak, you enunciate what you're saying clearly, and you're speaking fast. As long as you enunciate everything clearly and you're speaking very fast and you can be understood, then it's their problem, not your problem. But enunciate. Speaking is enunciating. If you do not enunciate, you will not be heard, you will not be understood. But also, breathing is important. अगर मैं जल्दी में हूँ ना, तो मैं तो कुछ भी बकवास कर pause. But I must tell you that, you know, maybe, I'm not so sure. But you've taken your breath. You can come back and hammer them with 4 quick sentences. That's something through practice you'll get.
Well, sir, we have to come to an end. Like, as they say, all good things have to come to an end. But I must say, children, that what you have witnessed right now is just the tip of the iceberg. There are a lot of exercises, lot of things that need to happen if we have to continue this process. And we will do that. All right? I just need to tell you that what happened right now is nothing short of history, because we teachers, we have been pinching ourselves just to give us this understanding as to whatever happened over the last 15 days since the time I contacted this fine gentleman. And he was so courteous and he was so respectful and humble to accept our invitation. So I must say thank you, sir. It has truly been a privilege, and on behalf of SNU, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you so that you come back again and again and enrich not only the students, but we as teachers, facilitators, we also had a lot to learn, which is why we decided that we will all sit through the program and not just go away to our respective classes. Thank you so much, my dear students. We will now have a photo session. All the students, sir, I need Pritam, Mandeep, please come. Please keep that chair in front or bring it forward. Sir can be seated. Yeah. Sir, you can be seated, and all the students, you can come and stand behind. And I would request, yes. Some of you can be seated in front, some of you can be standing. So, all participating students, please come up and quickly take a group photograph. Some of you can be seated quickly. This has to happen quickly. Sir, you can be seated. Sir, okay, sir has to be visible. Some of you can be. You can be seated, yeah.